So what's been a rewarding part of what we've done today?
Probably. So basically we took this playground and it was all weeded and overgrown. So we took out all the weeds and we made it all nice. And then later on when we were inside working, I heard kids playing out here and I looked out the window and there were two little girls. They were running around and playing and they said, "It's so clean." And that was like so rewarding because it showed that, we did work, we did put all of our hard work into something and for people to enjoy it. And those girls really did enjoy it. So it was very rewarding.
Okay, so this week my group and I were supposed to go to a lady, her name's Annette. She has done a bunch of different stuff, like missions work in Africa and over in Harrisburg area. But we were going over there to fix up some of her shelves and clean up some of her flower beds and plant some flowers for her. But earlier in the week she was actually in the hospital because she had an asthma attack. But yesterday we finally got to meet her and she is the sweetest person I've ever met. She has so many stories that we didn't even get to hear everything she had to do. But earlier in the week before we couldn't go over there, we have been going back and forth between different places, just pitching in where we can help. And today we were putting up some like shiplap up in the church to have like a little photo wall for them. And I'm just glad that Annette was able to get better faster so we could meet her and help her out a little bit. And helping out the church in a few different ways just to see it thrive a little bit more and make it a little bit more pretty for everybody to come to and see.
So I spent this week at the Interfaith Shelter where we got to meet tons of great people and help them through this hard time that they're going through. I also got to meet lots of great little kids that I think they really liked me because we got to play with them during our breaks and stuff. And then they kept asking, like when we had to leave, they kept saying, "Oh, when are you gonna come back tomorrow?" and stuff. And it was really sad that we had to leave them because we have to go home. But I don't know, it was really sad, but I'm glad they thought our presence there was so nice and we got to interact with the kids and stuff. And I think they really, even the adults, everyone appreciated everything we did, all the hard work. We definitely did a lot, but we did a lot of little things like organizing and stuff that like you wouldn't think would be that big of a deal, but we did so many things where they use these like for example, a diaper closet or a pantry, these things they use every day and they never have the chance to organize it, and we got to do that along with just cleaning and wiping things down that they never get a chance to clean. And I thought that was great that they just kept saying thank you and thank you for everything we did. And I really appreciated how thankful they were. I mean, it was an honor to just go there in the first place and be able to help them, and they welcomed us in like anyone, and it was really nice. And they also gave us certificates at the end, which was amazing. And I just, like, they pushed the extra mile to make us feel like we really, really did something special this week.
So I was at the Lord's House Maternity Services this week, and we first started off with weeding, which is not a fun job. There were a lot of thorns, and I got really scratched up. But then after that day, you could see that it was starting to look newer, And then we came back the next day and we added some mulch, and then you could really see the vision starting to come together. We added flowers, and then the leader there started to have ideas that went along with our ideas from just cleaning up the space. And she was going to do memory stones with the moms, so when they leave they can have a piece left there just for the other people to see that come through. And then on the last day we came in and we painted the benches with flowers and we decorated it, and you could tell the moms really brightened up with the new look of the space. And some of the other things we got to do were take 12 mattresses and put in new mattresses, which is kind of tough, but you could tell that the moms really appreciated it from the way they just looked. They looked a lot happier. I think the beds were a lot more comfortable for them. And I know that me personally, I want to be a maternity nurse, so it was a good experience to have, to come and see how everything looks for those moms and to see how it's different for different people.
So we've been working with Love the Hill, and it's just been really incredible this week to see the way that God has turned different locations that are completely trashed into things that are beautiful, and just being able to interact with the people around us and just be a light and an array of positivity in their day has been amazing. I've gotten to pray with people and just make sure that they know that they're loved and to find the joy in their day. And I think that's really just changed my outlook, and I'm really excited to kind of take that back and just apply it in my daily life and be more confident in that kind of outreach wherever I go.
I was with Love the Hill this week, and what we did is we went in and cleared illegal dumping sites from these abandoned houses. The purpose behind this is to decrease the crime rate, because if you clean up the area, you're going to have more eyes on the area, and you know, when the area is cleaned up and you're not hiding behind a huge pile of trash as tall as me, more people are going to see what you're doing, so there won't be as much crime rate. So this week was really challenging and tough. Not just for me, but for a lot of people, I feel. The weather was super hot. Where I was at, there was a lot of stuff we were cleaning up in this trash. Anything you can imagine was probably in this pile of trash. I won't go into too many details, but just take some guesses. And so our first day, we had the chance to spray weeds along an alley. And then Ruth and I helped a neighbor down the street because her and her husband recently had surgery. And we got to clean up her yard and help weed whack and just straighten some weeds out and take care of it because she was unable to. And then later we had an abandoned house that we pretty much mowed down the whole property, picked up all the trash. We cleared out the sidewalks that were covered in just trash and dirt. And then we also had the opportunity to clean a children's park up, and the park was filthy. But after we were almost done, 5 children came running to it with their grandmother, and I had the opportunity to talk to her, and they were just so happy and thankful of what we were doing. Many people in the community stopped and asked us what we were doing and why, and a lot thanked us. And my very last day, the project I was on, the one man who actually was homeless and lived nearby started helping us out and telling us all about his life, and it was just a great opportunity to get to know somebody in the community and know that what we were doing was making a big impact on these people. So a quote that stayed in my head all week was, on earth as it is in heaven, and I just kept repeating that to myself because I wanted to make this property we were working on beautiful like it is in heaven. And yeah, so if you want to know more details, just come and ask me. There's a lot more I'd like to say, but this video is probably getting too long.